Hey there guys, welcome back to a brand new video where today I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons why you should pick up one of these, a Canon 5D Mark I in 2019. As you may recall, I did a video a couple months back talking about why I bought it, but I'm going to be doing 5 reasons why you should buy it today, and I'm also going to be shooting a video called 5 reasons why you shouldn't pick one up in 2019. And without further ado, let's get into the first point. Reason number 1. Image quality. Okay, so the 5D Mark I uses a full frame sensor, which is obviously bigger than any crop sensor camera, which means that you'll get better image quality. The low light performance is okay, it's not brilliant in this camera, but just overall image quality is so much better than any other crop sensor Canon DSLR that you can pick up. I used to use this Canon 200D that I'm actually filming this with right now for stills, and although it gives me good pictures, the image quality at this 5D is just like so much better than anything at the 200D. Also, the files out of them, the raw files, are actually quite flexible. For a 14-year-old camera, the flexibility that you have with raw files in post-production is actually really nice. I can pull quite a lot of detail out of the shadows and from the highlights in the picture as well. You get a good dynamic range out of it. Not brilliant obviously, but much better than any crop sensor camera. Reason number 2, because the sensor size is bigger, you get greater control over depth of field. So if you're not familiar with it, the bigger the sensor size, the more control you get over depth of field. So f1.8 on a full frame sensor isn't the same as f1.8 on a crop sensor camera. It's actually multiplied. So if you're using a crop sensor camera and you think you're shooting at like f2, you've actually got to multiply that by 1.6 times. So if you're not aware, then you basically just get more depth of field control, better blurred backgrounds with a full frame camera, and for how much it costs as well, it's just great. Like the flexibility that you have with depth of field, if you want really shallow focus, if you're shooting portraits, which I do quite a lot, or if you want the entire frame to be in focus, then which I use quite a lot, it's just really great having that flexibility with depth of field, which again, over crop sensors you don't get as much control over. You can still get some really nice depth of field with a crop sensor, but then again, nothing compared to the maximum of what you can achieve on a full frame sensor. Reason number 3, build quality. Because this is a professional grade camera, when it came out back in 2005, it is built like an absolute tank. It's got a magnesium alloy body, so it's built pretty much like a tank, and I'm really confident taking it out anywhere. I know that if it gets any bumps or scratches, as much as I try to keep my camera equipment safe, I wouldn't be too worried if like something hit it or something like that, because it's just built like a complete tank. It doesn't have that flash at the top, so the top part is really robust. It's not flaky or anything like that. Especially if you get the battery grip as well, it adds like it just feels like an absolute tank of a camera. Like I have so much confidence in this thing working. It's never failed me so far, and the ergonomics, especially with a battery grip as well, is really good and much more professional feeling than any crop sensor camera, because they tend to be more plasticky and small, whereas with a big full frame camera with a magnesium alloy body, it just feels really good. It's really just like chunky and heavy, and just feels good in the hand, especially if I'm holding it with one hand as well. It's just really nice to hold. Very ergonomic. Number 4, and this is probably one of the biggest reasons why I buy this camera in 2019, is the price point. I managed to pick up this camera body only for £240, which is less than the entry-level Canon DSLR cameras in a minute. So for example, the 2000D for about £340, you can get that with a 18 to 55 kit lens. And although you can take some nice pictures with that, the image quality we know are as good as a 5D Mark I, and especially paired with a cheap lens like the 50mm f1.8, the quality and what you can do with it is just so much better than any crop sensor camera with the standard kit lens. The price point is mainly because it's so old. I mean, you can pick it up for easily less than £300 with a charger and a battery from places like mpb.com or eBay, and because it's so old, the accessories for it are really cheap as well. The battery grip that I got with it is the BGE4 battery grip I got from mpb.com. It only cost me £12, whereas if you were to buy a battery grip for, say for example, the EOS R, then it would cost you like 250 quid. So because it's such an old camera, everything's so cheap for it, and the quality that you can get for such a cheap price is so good. Reason number 5, and probably the most important reason, is the lens mount. Because there are so many different Canon cameras and they make so many different lenses, they have the widest selection of lenses available across any brand, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know you can adapt Canon lenses onto Sony cameras, and their Sony cameras can you can adapt quite a lot of lenses onto the E mount. But as far as native lenses go, if you're not using an adapter, there's the widest range of lenses that you can get for the EF mount, whether it be Canon lenses for any price point, or literally just third-party lenses. I mean, you can get so many different lenses at so many different price points with the EF mount. And with the body being so cheap, then you can save so much money and then spend more money on getting better lenses, which is actually the better option. What I recommend to most people is starting off with a cheaper body and then investing in better glass, because there's no point in having a really nice body without having some nice glass to go with it. It's sort of like buying a Ferrari and then filling it up with really cheap petrol and getting crappy tyres. It's just like the best way to spend your money is to get a cheaper body in and get some nice glass to go along with it. With the EF mount, that's so easily achievable, and it's probably why so many people have Canon cameras, because their budget market is so cheap and easy to access. So that's been 5 reasons why you should pick up a 5D Mark I in 2019. I've been shooting with it for less than a year actually. I've fallen in love with it just because of how cheap it is and the quality that you get out of it. It's a really good starting out if you're starting out into photography, but obviously it doesn't do video. But if you know you're just going to be doing photography, I highly recommend this over anything like the 2000D, the 1200D, the 4000D. I seriously recommend this as a viable option. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, then please leave a like and comment down below. If you feel like I've missed anything out or have a question for me to answer, then I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Just drop it down below in the comment section. And until the next one, I've been Harry.